So here we have the Helgen Class 58, and here we have a small goods train. But oh dear, the brakes don't seem to be working on those wagons. So what we need is a brake van, or 2, or 25. I have no idea what's going to happen here, but it should be pretty interesting. Let's give it a try. Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here, welcome back to the railway and welcome to another little Monday special. Now today I'm going to try out an idea that has been suggested to me quite a few times over the years. It's a little bit of a daft idea but hopefully also quite an interesting idea. So the idea is this, it's quite a simple one, it's not going to be that involved today. Basically I'm going to go through all of my different rolling stock cabinets, pick out every single brake van I've managed to accumulate over these years and put them together in the sidings and see what they all look like together. So that's the basic premise, obviously not really that interesting. I'm hoping it's going to be more interesting than it sounds. Hopefully, first of all, it'll give us a bit of an insight into the different brake van designs and how varied they were. And then secondly, it will be an interesting experiment, hopefully, to maybe put them all together into a big long train and see if there is an engine that is capable of pulling them all. As it stands, I don't know how many there are. There are quite a lot. There's more than 10, I'm pretty sure. But we'll just see what happens. So come with me. It's going to be a brake van fest. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see what happens. Okay, I think I've got over 10, he said. Yeah, slight underestimate there. Actually, I didn't realise that I had a problem, but I think I probably do. For example, here we have 4 L&ER brake vans that are all identical. Now, you're probably thinking, hey up, there's something not quite right here, something's wrong with him. Well, I haven't knowingly, I promise you this, I haven't knowingly bought 4 identical brake vans. I think what must have happened was I used to buy quite a lot of job lots. That is where you buy sort of 5 or 10 wagons all in one go for a really good price. And because these L&ER wagons are so numerous, you tended to get quite a lot of these showing up in job lots. And because because I keep them in different places, I didn't realise that I'd managed to collect 4 of the exact same ones. And I don't know why Hornby didn't produce a few different running numbers on these, because as I say, they've all got the same number, but the numbers are sort of different sizes on different ones, which indicates that they weren't all produced at the same time. Very bizarre, I don't know, strange. So next along, more L&ER brake vans. We've got this lovely sort of 20-ton brake van there we go, that's a mainline one. Then we have this one, that's the Hornby L&ER Toad B, I think it is, isn't it? And that's it for the L&ER ones. Then round the corner we have a couple of the Hornby Great Western Toads. I think they are... No, they're not. No, I thought they were the same model, but they're not. They're slightly different. The one at the back there is slightly more detailed. But either way, 2 Great Western Toads, quite old Hornby ones either way. And then if I go around the beam, you can see these 2 definitely are identical. 2 Gloucester brake vans. Once again, one of those came in a train pack, and when I bought the train pack, the other one I already owned at the time, but it wasn't a good enough reason not to buy the train pack, so yep, I ended up with 2 of those. Then this is the same model, but it's a different sort of, obviously, livery, and so that one's a BR version of the same thing. What one is that? Birkenhead, that I think is the depot for that one. Then we have a very special Toad, and I suppose the way to reveal how special this one is to show the end. So there we go, yep, that is Toad from Thomas and Friends, but as you can see, yes, it clearly is a Great Western Toad, just from the design. Now, the next one I have put with the rest of the Great Western brake vans, even though technically speaking it's just a Western region BR brake van, but as you can see it is clearly a Toad. That's an Oxford Rail one, so that had to go in there. Now, there aren't very many Southern Railways brake vans. In fact, you're looking at my entire collection of them there. We've got the Southern Railway Queen Mary brake van, which does make up for the fact that there aren't many of them by its sheer size. And then I have a really old Southern brake van there, which is, I'm not even sure if it's an accurate model of a Southern Railways brake van. It's an old Hornby Dublo one, or Dublo if you want to pronounce it properly, which I've put some modern Hornby couplings onto, which I think is quite interesting, and it looks all right from any sort of distance. Quite like that one. And then onto the LMS ones, there's quite a lot of those. So we have this one, this grey one here, I think that came from a train set. Was it from the Somerset Bell? I think it might have been. Then we have the sort of Triang/Hornby LMS brake van. A lot of these were built with lighting. Mine didn't have lighting inside it, but I saw that there was a space for a bulb inside, so I wired up an LED system for that one. So it does have lights, but the lighting wasn't native to that particular one. Then we have one that you will have seen much more recently. It's my Bachmann LMS brake van, which came from the Midland Marvel train set that I've just reviewed. Absolutely beautiful. One of my favourite brake vans. Very, very lovely looking, and I can't wait to get it in some more videos. And then just behind there, getting into the distance, I'll have to give you a bit more of a close-up of that one. That's a very old brake van. That's a Triang one. I probably tooled up in the 50s or possibly early 60s. Very old one, that. Not great runner on modern track because of its huge wheel flanges, but I do break it out once in a while when I've got a Midland region engine to run that's in a BR livery, so it does have its uses. And then penultimately we'll get onto the BR brake vans. I think all of these are the same as well, with slight variations, so you'll have to look at the numbers to see if they're different. These are all, I believe, 20-ton brake vans. So there we go, there's the first one. Not really an awful lot to say about these. I think that first one was mainline and this one is a Hornby one. The next one along, I think, is the same model as the last one I showed you. Let's try and get these in a two-shot, shall we? Now, I think they're the same model. The tooling looks identical, but obviously the one on the left is from many years previously, and obviously the one on the right is much more refined looking, I think, just because of the choice of plastic used and because of the more subtle colouring. So yeah, amazing how different and how much more detailed the model on the right looks, given that I think, I'm not going to quote me on it, I hope, but I think they are basically the same model, I think. And then there's another one to the right. There we go. And again, I think that's the same, isn't it? Is it? I'm not that great at spotting the differences and things, but I'm going to go ahead and take a risk and say I think they are the same. Okay, finally, I'm assuming this is a BR brake van because it's completely numberless. It's a Triang one again, just like the Midland one I showed you earlier on. Whether or not it was numberless out of the factory, I don't know. I've no idea, but it is now, and it's also couplingless. So it's a useless brake van. Oh, it's also bufferless on the left-hand side. So it's a sorry excuse for a brake van. I tell you what, in the comments section, give me a use for this brake van. That's all I'm going to say, and the best one, if I'm capable of it, I will try and do. And then finally, not really a brake van, it's a caboose, if we're going to use its native term, but it is a Union Pacific caboose, which I thought I would throw in. That's the only caboose I own. So there we go, that is my collection of brake vans. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick an engine on the front with a small goods train, and we'll back the engine into this big train of brake vans, get them all coupled together, and see if we can move them. What a good idea that is. So here we have the Helgen Class 58, and here we have a small goods train. But, oh dear, the brakes don't seem to be working on those wagons. So what we need is a brake van, or 2, or 25. I have no idea what's going to happen here, but it should be pretty interesting. Let's give it a try. Okay, let's give it a try then. So I'm hoping desperately that I can rely on the Helgen Class 58 today to do a proper job of this. Right, brake van ahoy. They've all got different couplings, of course, so whether this is going to go swimmingly or not, I'm not sure. And I'm thinking not, because we've got wagons off the track already. Right, just a few more still to do. And obviously the one at the back hasn't got any coupling, so that's not going to work. Okay, well, shall we see if this train works then? I have no clue. Here we go then, the great, or possibly not so great, brake van parade. Let's see what happens. Ooh. Yeah, it's not happy. I can hear a lot of sort of dodginess. Hang on, I can see a problem. Okay, take 2, let's try again. I think once the wagons are out of the siding, we should be okay. I'm hoping. Okay, a bit quicker then. So there we go. So I don't think braking force is going to be much of an issue on this train. I think we've got plenty of braking power. I think the Class 58 could stop dead if it wanted to. Well, there we go. It works. So I know, it is a bit of a goofy idea, isn't it? But a fun one, and not something I've ever done before. And yeah, I think that counts for something, I think, doesn't it? If I've never done it before. So let me know in the comments, which is your favourite brake van? Do you even have a favourite brake van? That's the question. Gosh. I must say I'm surprised it works. Because brake vans tend to be quite stiff things to pull, particularly that Queen Mary. Yeah. Go on then, let's give the speed a bit of a kick, shall we? Oh dear. No, let's not. I'll tell you what, those Poundsbury wagons have become a bit of a pain. Come on, Poundsbury wagons, you're only supposed to be a guest. Right, try it one more time, and if it comes off again, we'll get rid of the Poundsbury wagons. Okay. Ooh, look at the acceleration. There we go. It's a bit more like it, isn't it? So feast your eyes on that. Folks, I've noticed a bit of a problem here. I seem to have left half of them behind. Right, okay, well let's fix that then, shall I? I think it's that posh, modern Bachmann LMS brake van that doesn't want to be coupled to such an old-fashioned Triang one. Well, tough. You've got to. Oh, sort of. Right, well, let's try it, shall we? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder why I do these things. But it is fun. So there you have it. Possibly YouTube's longest ever brake van train. I can't really see anybody else wanting to try this, to be honest with you, but if you really do want to, then that's what you got to beat. Have fun. And the Class 58 has done it perfectly, although those Poundsbury wagons are not quite so good. They have derailed a couple of times. But not to worry. It's all good fun. So there we go. I think that's basically the end of that. Just a bit of a daft idea, but quite a fun way, I think, to show some of the different brake vans that have been produced over the years. And I think that's that. So, hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick one for you today. And if you enjoyed it, drop the video a like and let me have a comment. And for the time being, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully with something a little bit more conventional. What do you reckon? Alright, take care folks. Thanks again.